Friends, the Mad Max video game is just around the corner, and if you're not excited, I do not know what is wrong with you. I'm losing my mind. So I decided to show you 4 reasons why I'm so pumped about Mad Max. I want you to comment below, why are you pumped about Mad Max? I want to know. Maybe you concur with the reasons that I had. Make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit that like button. And check out the cards in the top right hand corner of this video. There's some links for you, some fancy stuff. Let's get into this. Firstly, Mad Max was created by Avalanche Studios. If you don't know who Avalanche Studios are, it's important to note that they are the studio behind the legendary game series that is Just Cause. They started working on Mad Max way back in 2012, ample time to make the game amazing. There are very obvious similarities between Just Cause and Mad Max, so you can understand why I'm so hyped. The one half of the studio is currently working on Just Cause 3, and the other half is working on Mad Max. And because Just Cause is so good as a series, it's safe to say that a lot of these elements are going to be pretty tight in Mad Max. They understand car combat really well, and huge set-piece moments that happen nearly by accident or on the fly. Really unplanned stuff. Can you imagine that kind of action in Mad Max? If you don't know by now, Warner Brothers are the ones that are publishing Mad Max. They are the same company that have now published the Batman Arkham series as well as the new Shadow of Mordor game. Both of these series are so good, and they're tight for so many different reasons, but especially that they got that hand-to-hand combat down. If you take a closer look at the trailers for Mad Max, you're going to see how tight the fighting is and how responsive and natural it looks. This alone is going to be worth picking up the game for. Games that are based on movies are generally very bad, so it's a very good thing to notice that this game is not based on any one particular Mad Max film. Instead, they set it in the Mad Max universe and created their own narrative. This is very important because games have a very different storytelling structure than movies do. And also, who actually wants to relive the story of the film, any one of the films, when you can just watch that film instead? They did it so well with Shadow of Mordor by telling another story in the Lord of the Rings universe that the books and the movies didn't tell. Even in the Batman Arkham series, that is a standalone story. It makes the experience of playing a game way more valuable, and I can't wait to see what kind of story they tell in the new Mad Max game, especially because the film was so good. Being a Mad Max game, a lot of the story is going to be centered around your vehicle. They estimate roughly 60% of the game is going to require you being inside your car, although a lot of people who may have come from the older titles that they produced, like Shadow of Mordor, might think that this is a bad idea. I think the fact that Avalanche Studios are at the driving wheel of this game, I think the driving's going to be good. Driving in Mad Max isn't always just about being behind the steering wheel. If you think about the movies, it's about being an experience, one that is all about getting creative with the way that you take down other enemies, and also what the actual car is. In Mad Max, they've created something called the Magnum Opus. Now, the Magnum Opus really means, in Latin, the great work. So your car is your greatest work. It's your masterpiece. And the way that you're going to improve the Magnum Opus, all this great work, is to collect things in and around the environment. So in theory, your car should be absolutely unique. And judging by what Mad Max is, that unique driving experience or combat experience is extremely important and will dictate how fun the game is going to be. And I really trust Avalanche Studios here, guys. They're going to make this cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other reasons why you think Mad Max is gonna be absolutely insanely awesome, then make sure that you let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. I can't wait to see more of you in the next video. But until then, do the world a favor, high five a stranger, adios.